In today's video, I wanted to find out what would happen if Daigo fights the NPCs in Fortnite, including Superman, Robin, and more. We brought all the NPCs together to try and recreate the live event early with our own take on it, bringing all the NPCs to him to watch the battle begin. Will Daigo survive? Will the NPCs team up? Who will win this massive boss fight? Let's find out. If you guys are new around here, don't forget to tap that subscribe. Roughly 90% of you guys that are watching over here aren't subscribed. It would mean the world to me if you guys could do that, and don't forget to pop code POST into your item shop. So, what was the plan for today's video? Well, the plan was, we know the location of Daigo over at this central piece here. We had to grab all the NPCs from the outside, including Superman, who will simulate, Robin, and a few others, and we'll bring them all over to this center location and bring them in and make them all fight. Now, the NPCs could fight each other because obviously they're not on the same team in game. One hit from each other, they could fight, but with a little bit of luck, it'll all turn out okay and we'll be able to recreate the Super Showdown event, but in my version. Let's jump on in. So jumping on into the battle bus, the first thing I had to do was going to be simulate Superman. That was going to be my job, and my job was also to grab enough resources to gather up a bunch of stone and metal quickly, get that SMG as well, which Superman does use as an NPC, and then build up to the location of the central piece of Demon's Domain. Because my teammates were going to have to bring all the NPCs in via car, and then we needed a strong and sturdy bridge to bring them up to this location. We had a very short period to do this. We spent many hours trying to pull this off as well, due to storm circles pulling different ways and stuff. There's no longer battle labs, so it takes a little bit longer in time. Anyway, the NPCs were located all around the map. The first NPC we went to grab was over at Pumped Power, and you'll find them over here, and this was Haley Sky. Haley Sky is located up here. We're going to grab her, get her on top of a car, or hire her if we had enough gold in this scenario. Different attempts and different footage across many different games, but here we have Haley Sky. We're going to get her moving over to the location. The bridge is going to come in handy for either on foot or via car to get up to that location pretty quickly. Now, once we had Haley Sky moving over, she was set to go, and we had other NPCs to grab as well. Ziggy was the next one. We could simply slide kit Ziggy over the location, and eventually we'll get him on top of a car, and once he's on his car, he'll move over. You can't hire Ziggy, so obviously it was important that we got him over here, and we got him over on his car. Next up, we've got another NPC in this location, and this is going to be our friend Robin. The good thing about Robin is he can be hired, so we could potentially hire him or get him on top of a car and move him over. In the game, we actually got the meat to do. We did get him on top of the car, and you can see we had him moving quite nicely. Robin was in position. Now, we still had a few others to grab. More difficult one to grab will be our friend Morgan Sky. She's really hard to get out of here, so she's going to require a lot of movement and a lot of work to get out of this POI, but eventually we can try and get her out, and we did. And we got her on top of a car as well. Wait for the replay to render in. There you go. You can see her. And she was on top of a car, and she arrived at this location. Next up, we had Superman. We could get him on top of one of our mobiles as well. The unfortunate part of Superman is he does not fight. So in this scenario, we're going to have to simulate him, but we can get him moving over there. Superman is officially invincible as an NPC in this scenario, but with our version, he will not be. So we're moving into the location, and we are heading into Demon's Domain. We have our bridge fully constructed and ready to go, and it's basically all set in a pretty perfect position. We've just got to make sure every single hole is covered up so there's no little cracks, because we can't have any of these NPCs running back, because some of them aren't hired, which means they're going to run back to their POI, which should be very bad. So we're almost ready to bring in the NPCs into the battle right now, and Daigo's ready to go. He is in his meditating position, and we've taken our first two NPCs, Robin and Morgan. They are in the location with Sky coming in on this right over here, Haley Sky, and a few other NPCs on their way. Superman's going to be on his way very soon as well. We do have our friend, our lizard boy Ziggy, as well in the fight, and we're just waiting for Daigo to initiate the fight by hitting these NPCs with some sort of firepower, either by blasting them away or hitting them with one of his lasers. We'll have to see when he hits them. You see Superman is now in the action as well. We've got everybody in here. We've got NPC Superman, we've got everybody, we've got Ziggy, we've got so many different people, Haley Sky, and more. And the fight was about to begin. You see Daigo is slowly hitting. We've got to make him hit these NPCs for them to get aggroed. We already have our friend over here, Morgan Mist, targeted on over there. Superman's not yet targeted. We've got Haley Sky. We've also got Robin in this situation, and Ziggy. We've got Haley Sky now targeted on Daigo, and Morgan Mist working together to try their best on dealing that damage to Daigo. We're going to keep slide kicking them to keep them in the battle, otherwise they will walk back to their POI. Ziggy as well is another one in the action over here. It's a pretty hectic fight, but the fight has begun quite strongly, with Daigo getting a good position in that center area. It's like the live event early, guys. That's why I wanted to do this, to see who would actually win in this scenario. Superman's running out there over there on that far side. We've also got Robin as well in the action. Robin finally targets onto Daigo, and Daigo's now in his form with his mask. He then lasers down onto Robin, dealing a bunch of damage onto Robin, and again goes back into his floating form. You can see all the NPCs are now aiming in onto Daigo, trying to destroy his mask and getting him down to that lower form so they can finally damage onto his HP. And we're using our bouncer ability by swinging them back in with the slide kits, keeping them in the arena. We don't want them walking back to their POI, otherwise it will end very quickly. Daigo slams down, unfortunately misses them, tries and gets them with the upper little gold things, but obviously the NPCs aren't going to destroy them, so they've got to destroy the mask and get him down into his lowest form. Finally, the NPCs get him down. You can see Ziggy and Morgan Mist lasering in with Haley Sky as well, all beaming on to the Daigo, as well as Robin on that far side as well. It's a pretty close action fight now between these two. We've got 3 NPCs beaming in on Daigo. He's taken absolute tons of damage in that center section and goes back into his floating form, and he's already taken a lot of damage. His masks are doing pretty well with their floating ability as well. He's now got them back in, lasers in there and goes for a big slam and misses everyone. Superman's still in the action over there. We've got Ziggy as well, Haley Sky, and now it looks like we are having a little bit of an accident between some of the NPCs. It now looks like Morgan Mist is targeting on Haley Sky rather than the actual Daigo. Is she teaming up with Daigo? I'm not too sure. Daigo obviously in the upper air position. His masks are still doing a good amount of health for him and helping him out so the NPCs don't fight. It looks like Ziggy and Haley Sky may be targeting each other, but I'm not too sure. Ziggy does get pushed back a little bit. You can see Daigo again still got his 3 floating masks over there. We've got Robin, Ziggy, Haley Sky and Morgan Mist all in this position over here in this 4-way fight at the minute, and Superman coming in from the back over there. They're all beaming onto Daigo, and he's got 1 mask, oh, he's got 2 masks remaining. Goes for another slam to the other side of the arena. We move these back into the battle. You can see the battle's pretty close between these two. We've got Robin and Haley Sky and Morgan Mist look like they're fighting against each other as well. Why this is all taking place. Another big slam coming in from Daigo, and he's still floating with 1 mask standing. Goes in for another slam, beaming over there onto Robin, but missing. Robin still in his crouch form mode. We've got Ziggy, Haley Sky, and obviously Morgan Mist fighting each other. There's nothing we can do about that. Once the NPCs do hit each other, they will remain targeted on each other, but they will switch depending on where they are. You can see Ziggy is now targeted on Robin as well as Morgan Mist, and they all take each other out. Morgan Mist and Ziggy team up and take down Robin there as an NPC, and they're still targeted on each other as well. Daigo's taking advantage of all the NPCs fighting against each other. He's watching from the overhead view now as Haley Sky and Morgan Mist fight against each other, and Haley Sky takes down Morgan Mist, and he's still in combat with Ziggy. But they then decide, you know what, it's time to end up back shooting at Daigo. Superman, Ziggy, and Haley Sky all targeted back on Daigo in this position. It's a 3v1 situation. Who's going to win between these? It's getting pretty close now. The storm is starting to close. Daigo's taking cover behind his rock, and Superman is still beaming in. Ziggy and Haley Sky are still not too happy with each other. They're fighting against each other, but it's okay. They do keep switching over to Daigo, trying their best to deal a bunch of damage. The NPCs have been dealing an absolute ton of damage to the boss, and now he's in his final form with his mask coming up again with 4 masks on the shield. You see another beam comes in on there, and Superman unfortunately misses just over there. We got Ziggy completely stood still at the minute, and the storm is beginning to close, which is going to make an interesting outcome here between these NPCs and the boss. Superman reloading over here. We've also got Haley Sky and Ziggy on that far side. It's getting pretty close between these. Another little beam coming in there, and there you can see the NPCs are moving in. We're trying to get them out of the storm, but obviously it's difficult to do. This short period of time, it's hard to pull these off. We've got Superman still aiming in on the location of Daigo. He's still got his 4 masks up though, or 3 masks now, which is going to be hard for these NPCs to get that last bit of damage on them. We've still got Ziggy and Haley Sky in the combat situation though, and Superman does fall to his death through the floor over there. It looks like it's only Haley Sky and Ziggy remaining in this combat situation. Ziggy is moving in with his best of ability, using his SMG to try and finish off Daigo. Is he going to get the elimination on the boss? He's still trying with that little bit of SMG damage. Can he finish off the Daigo NPC boss? Will he be able to? Come on, Ziggy, you can do this. We're trying our best to keep him in the action. It looks like Haley Sky has sadly fallen down. We've lost her. It's Ziggy versus Daigo. Is Ziggy going to take down Daigo? And he does. He gets the damage on Daigo and gets the elimination. Congratulations to Ziggy. Haley Sky is still alive and she's down below. I did not expect the NPCs to beat Boss Daigo. If you guys want more XP, I have enhanced it inside a toy box. So if you want to level up super fast and try out every single weapon available in Fortnite with the official weapons, they're all inside a toy box right now. Search for the word toy or head in with the map code on screen.